to go exactly as we want it. But we'll just get schemas next, and I think that's what we're really going to need today. Okay?
You just gotta catch it.
Okay. What do we know about schema? That's our what?
It's what you know.
It's what we know. So today we're going back to the formula we created. A dose of schema, a piece of evidence, a solid inference. When we've read in text, we said background knowledge, text clues, inference. Reading is important. Read between the lines. Don't swallow everything, right? Well, we've been digging deep lately, haven't we? We started out with the mystery house when we went through all the trash, remember? And we figured out all kinds of inferences about those people, right? So that was just like glancing the surface. Then we started digging for more information to blend our schema. And with that, we did the shoe activity. And I want to go back to this anchor chart because I want you to dig right here, dig a hole, because when you inferred, you said that the bottom of the tennis shoe was so clean that he must wipe it before he goes into the house. Mrs. Pappas watched her husband, because we inferred it was his shoe, right? You were so correct. I watched him the other day after coming in yard work. He was wiping off his feet really good. So you're correct. You dug deep there and used your schema. All right, Zoe, dig a little deeper. You made the comment and you found the evidence that there was a hole right by where in the shoe where the pinky was, right? And what did you infer that he had?
He had a long toe.
He had a long toe and a strong pinky toe, right? Well, you know what? Mrs. Pappas went back and looked at some of his other old shoes. You were right. You did a great job of blending your schema together. Now, Joseph, you took us on another journey when we Mystery House, we did the Stranger book afterwards. You were able to take text, you were able to use schema, and you're going to dig deeper for us. Because you were able to take your influence of inferring, your schema, and who did you believe the stranger was?
Jack Frost, or probably a season or something.
Jack Frost.
He might have been fall.
Absolutely. Well, it was
Temperature,
fall.
fall, a season.
Okay, so yesterday you guys brought a homework assignment in. And you did other types of inferring. And you were digging deeper and deeper. This time, you were inferring about feelings of individuals when they arrived. First, they saw the Statue of Liberty. And then you talked about how they felt when they got to Ellis Island. They either were very happy or very sad. And how did you get to know some of that? What did you have to do to find out that, to get your schema there?
What we did was we went through all the stuff, and then some people couldn't go on the boat, so they couldn't go, so they went back to their home.
So you What did you do? Where'd you find that information?
Found it on a website. It probably in some photos. No records of. We use primary and secondary sources. Secondary sources being like things that didn't come from that time but had information about that time. Secondary sources being things that came from that time, whether it be a letter or a photo or.
Absolutely. So we're looking at different clues and pieces in that. We're taking evidence that was left behind and we're inferring how people felt, what they were wearing, what's in the books, the text. We've looked through a lot of different things. And today, you know what? We're really digging deep. We applied our context clue, background to the book The Stranger. We continue digging deep for understanding by applying our furring skills to fiction and nonfiction. When we looked at and read the book Plastique, about the sailboat, what did we find about that was going on?
That people kept littering in the ocean.
Yeah, and we inferred different ways of how it got there. And then the book, the author, did they tell us everything? No, we had to kind of go between the lines. What was the boat made out of? Plastic. And what did the author want to infer to us as readers about that being plastic?
Plastic?
That we should reuse things.
Yeah.
If you can build a boat out of plastic, imagine what you can do with old aluminum.
So we've been close reading, we've been learning, we've been blooming with inferring, and because you guys are so into it, and you have requested it, we have another shoe inferring activity.
Yay.
So, aren't you lucky? Joseph, I'm not always sure.
I'm a little tired. I didn't
You
have
need
much
to
sleep last night.
You need to pay attention at this point.
I'm awake. I'll do 15 minutes.
Okay? So we found different ways to infer, figure out what the author is trying to say. Good readers are able to infer because they look for clues and pictures or words to help them figure out what the book is about. Today, we've inferred about feelings. We've inferred about all kinds of stuff. This shoe today, and Joseph, I'm not sure how much schema you're going to have for
Not
this
too much.
shoe, but that's okay. You'll have a good time
Judging
finding
by the
out.
PowerPoint is titled Inference for Lesson on Dress Shoe, I don't think I'm going to have much because this is like my only pair of shoes.
Okay. So we're going to infer. I'm going to expect you to find the evidence. I'm expecting you to use your schema to create that. Oh, the places the shoe has gone. So again, you're going to have to look, right, and find not only who owns this shoe, but what kind of events it was worn to. Like if you saw these kind of feathers or saw different things like that, what kind of event would that be?
Masquerade ball.
A masquerade ball. Yeah. So it would be pretty formal and you'd have to wear a mask. So today you're going to look at this shoe and you're going to find we are going to use the details and evidence, the background and knowledge to make inferences. You're going to, I can take notes on my evidence, blend it with my schema to infer, and I can explain my inferencing. Okay? So I want you, who might wear this shoe, Joseph? What the event was, and the setting, where it might have happened, because I've left some clues for you, okay? Why don't we move over to this table? Ms. Pappas is going to go to our next slide here. And I want to... Okay, so inferencing is a dose of schema, a piece of evidence, and a solid inference. Writers don't always tell you everything about characters or events in the story. And as you can see, I can use details, evidence with my background knowledge schema to explain and make inferences. I can take notes of evidence and blend it with my schema to infer. The skill that we're going to imply, as you look at the shoe, ask yourself, which detail or evidence can help me make an inference? What do I already know? Here are clue words, my guess, maybe, perhaps, it could be, this could be, just like these thinking stems that we've got right here. So it'll be up there in front of you. Okay? And Mama always said you can always tell an awful lot about a person by their shoes. Forrest Gump's mama was right. Shoes have a story to tell if only we will listen. So once again, Mrs. Pappas needs help. And I put these in front of you. We're on a mission to find out who wears the shoes. Now, I'm going to unveil them.
Wow.
There you go. There you go.
Ooh.
So, I know, look on the backs, look on the underneath.
I found some plants.
All right, what I've done is given you, Joseph, listen to the instructions real quick first. All right, I'll put these in front of you. So, you're going to look at the shoe for clues and evidence, just like we did the other shoe. And the last time we inferred who the shoe belongs to, now I need you to look deeper for more information. And I want you to discuss. All three of you are going to need to partner up and discuss your ideas and what you think. So as you're writing down your clues, write down who you're inferring it might be. So I put that. And then again, we'll use our anchor chart to put it there. But be prepared to place them on the anchor chart and to explain your thinking. All right? So you're going to work as a team this time. Go.
I think there's a piece of paper, maybe.
Yeah, I found a piece of paper too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys see all those flowers?
Yeah.
This is tissue paper. Tissue paper is used a lot for decorations.
I also found this.
Ooh,
Right.
sparkles. Tissue paper is used a lot for decoration or confetti. There are plants, which probably means it was worn outdoors in a garden. It's very, very sparkly. It's a heel, so we can. Ooh! Guys, come look at this. Look on the bottom. There's like sand and more tissue paper. Sparkles.
It's like glitter glue. There's a flower pebble.
Yeah.
Looks like glitter glue. There's a piece of mirror or something. One of these things.
Yeah, there's one of the. I have two of those sparkles on here. They seem to be glued on.
Yeah, that's why I said it looks like glitter glue.
They probably had glue on them somewhere. Maybe it was a garden party?
I found two pieces of.
Do you guys think it might have been a garden party?
Maybe. Well, they wouldn't be wearing high heels in the grass. Because there could have been.
There might have been sidewalks, though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe they went to a party and did it, like, in a campus.
pretty sure this is a very, very popular flower.
Yeah.
What would you say this flower is? What's it
Um,
mean?
It has red kind of on mine.
Yeah.
So Sky, what is your inferencing? What are you seeing here?
It might be from a dance.
Maybe from a dance?
It's
'Cause
probably
it has a lot of sparkles on it.
probably a party shoe.
Maybe.
Definitely a party shoe.
It says 8.5. What
Size
are you?
8.5. What?
What size
We
are
just
you?
need a perspective. What size are you?
What size am I?
Yeah. Actually,
8.5, 9.
Okay. So it's somebody about the size. Hold on. About the size of around the size of his Pappas' foot.
It seems like this part is worn out a little bit.
It does look kind of worn out.
What would you think? How would that have gotten worn out like that?
But because it might have been worn a lot. Yeah.
This thing is made of
And I
the
see-
sole is made of leather.
And I see toe marks right here.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Hmm.
Toe marks. Bottom
There's
worn.
a little bit of fuzz on this heel.
Let me see.
So,
It's I can tell that the people have
Tissue paper.
been using this part because this part isn't as well out as this.
so the person might step on their front part of the ball of their toes more than they use their heel.
Hmm.
They might walk a little differently. Okay.
I've sorted it out into things that would be indoor and things that would be outdoor. We've got flowers and sand for outdoor. We've got tissue paper, sparkles, and glitter glue for indoor.
What kind of sparkles?
Like
These little things. They're like little
They're
like
probably,
they're like
they're
they're-
probably
they're rose shaped. Oh no, wait, no, they're bell shaped.
They're bell shaped.
Not-
Bell shaped.
not all of them.
You know what? Mrs. Pappas made a mistake with that one. Sorry. That was going to go. I was going to add some more things, but I didn't want to.
Bell shaped?
situation.
Bell, Liberty
Here.
Bell,
There's
4th of July.
Maybe
Might have been a
they
4th of
might
July party.
Maybe they
But
wore
how does that
it
explain the
and-
sand?
They were probably on the beach.
Oh.
Or it could have been worn on several different occasions.
Yeah, like
Christmas, is that what you meant to say?
Meet on the beach.
Might have been on the beach.
maybe
What would? Okay, let's go expand this a little deeper. Let's dig a little deeper about this. So this is a dress shoe, you said. And when I
Definitely.
go back, I love your thinking about the sparkles, the flowers. You found the sand. The plant means that it was probably worn outside, outdoors. Maybe it was a garden party. Maybe it was from a dance. Maybe they went to a party. So, what would a dress shoe like this be? Probably worn outdoors. What would they be doing?
maybe when they are maybe gardening because they have flowers.
Think about.
Who gardens in that nice a shoe?
What do you think?
Maybe they were at a prom and like they were into be like with flowers and to take pictures.
So maybe a prom, taking pictures outside.
Maybe
Using
they were,
some schema that
maybe
the
they
location it came from is extremely classified. I know that at like really, really fancy parties, there's like always like a huge garden. Like
Maybe people threw out the flowers for people and some got in the shoe.
could have been a wedding.
Oh.
Yeah. But when they
What would be the evidence if it was a wedding?
Because it's a nice shoe.
It's a really nice shoe.
And there's flowers and the person has
Wait,
sometimes
but
these
does the
they don't
color
wear
of the
black.
shoe
They don't wear
does the
black.
color of the shoe really go with the color of the wedding dress?
Well, we didn't say it was the bride's.
I know, but
Could anyone wear that?
Yes.
it's a high heel shoe. Just saying.
What? When Stephen, when
I'm
Joseph,
sorry, Sorry, I get that all the time.
Joseph, when your parents go to a wedding, or if you ever attended a wedding,
Ah.
who's got schema that they've attended a wedding?
Oh yeah.
I've
Okay,
been
what do women wear when they attend a wedding?
Heels.
Heels.
Heels. So,
They usually wear white
so-
shoes to match their dress and everything.
so they wear heels or white shoes. Now that's in a wedding. What about the people that attend the wedding? What do they wear?
Go to the wedding.
My grandma, she sometimes doesn't have shoes to go with it, so she just wears like her other nice shoes.
Some nice shoes, right?
Mhm.
What about your mom, Joseph?
Well, I've only seen her at a wedding once, and I was like, actually twice. The first time I was like 5. The second time I never looked at her
Okay.
feet.
Turn it down. So you don't. When she's going out to dinner with your dad,
Good point. Yeah, heels, definitely.
heels. Okay. So we have several ideas that you've got going on here. So let's kind of wrap it up to figure out
Hold on, I need to get a closer look at this.
who is the someone who's wearing these shoes.
Wait.
Girl.
A girl.
Definitely a girl.
What's your evidence?
Because it's a nice looking shoe and it looks like a girl shoe.
There was definitely
Heel.
something
Yeah.
sticky, because this was stuck to the bottom of the shoe, and it's sticky.
Okay.
Hold on.
What is nice looking about it? Give me some details.
Like the
It's a heel.
sparkles and it has a heel.
Maybe this is part of the. If it were a wedding, maybe this is part of a bride's dress. Just gone sticky and stuck to the bottom of the shoe,
Oh,
like if it ripped.
oh, that the dress could have ripped to verify that it could be a wedding. What would you say? That piece of material or ribbon or what is that?
It's
It's a
a
piece of-
material, but it's not ribbon.
It looks like a piece of wrapping paper. A little bit. It might have been for the gift for the
Oh, could have been for a gift.
Maybe it was in the box and it had tissue paper. And they got it and had tissue paper.
Okay. You know, my friends, you could be writing down some of your own ideas too.
It could have been yours or you could have grew out of it.
I could have.
It could have been one of your children.
Well, not my son, but I have a daughter, yes.
How old is she?
She's the one who has the twins that are 12 years old.
What size
The-
shoe does she wear?
No, wait. But
She wears an 8.5.
she 8.5.
But so do the twins.
If the twins were 8.5, they'd definitely be old enough to go to like a prom or something.
Well, not a prom,
But not a prom, but something.
a wedding. Okay, so let's start putting it together. So you're going to say that you think it's my shoe. You need to start making your inferencing. Here's your pack of paper. Did I take it?
Yeah.
Never fear. Okay, so write down some of yours. Start putting in. We've got a lot of information here. Material looks like it could be clothing from the bride, maybe from the gift. So what are you gonna infer there? Someone about Miss Pappas' shoe size. You know what? I love how deep you guys are digging. What about the sand? We never came up with anything for that sand.
Is it from the beach?
I think it's from the beach. So
A beach wedding, maybe.
a beach wedding.
That could have been after the wedding you come to the beach.
Could have been after the wedding to go to the beach.
Don't they sometimes have like boats that have the sign on them that say just married?
I have heard that. There's your beach wedding. You said they could have walked on the beach after the wedding? Your evidence is,
There's sand on the bottom of the tube.
so then where did the wedding take place?
Maybe in the sand.
Okay, so you would be with Joseph where you would infer that it was a beach wedding?
It could have been it could have been after since because it's usually not on the beach. It's like usually in like a nice
Beaches are nice.
Let her finish her thought here, Joseph.
it could be in a nice place before it could have been like an after party.
Oh, an after party.
Looking at the sand, it might not have been from the beach. It might have been like it's not like it doesn't kind of seem like sand from the beach. It seems like that back. It seems kind of like that sand you buy from a bag. Or yeah.
There's sparkles on the bottom.
There's sparkle. Where did those come from?
It looks like glitter glue.
There's definitely glitter glue.
It's stuck. Maybe someone made a mistake and put glitter glue on their shoes. It could have dropped on the floor and stepped on it.
This one's not stuck anymore.
Could have dropped on the floor and they stepped in it.
This one's not stuck anymore. It just came off.
Okay.
But this one's good. So slowly stuck.
Okay, what is one thing that we agree that the event might have been?
Party.
Party? What have we talked about? What kind of party?
It could have been after the party.
At their wedding, but that doesn't.
After a wedding? So
And
we're
maybe-
saying
and maybe
a
these-
wedding or a party?
And maybe these bell sparkles are really roses.
Look at those closer. Put it down on the thing and look at those closer. Look at those. What do those look like? Look at it this way.
They look like bells.
They look like bells. So what would that support in your thinking?
They
4th of
have
July party.
maybe
A bell?
Bell,
they
Liberty
different?
Bell.
Okay.
Or
What
don't
a-
they sometimes ring bells at
It has
weddings?
sparkles on it, so
Oh,
They sometimes ring bells at weddings. So
they do. They do.
It
And
has-
does go back to your tissue
it has
idea.
it has sparkles on it, so it might be from decorating the shoe. Like they might have decorated the shoe.
Would they have decorated the bottom of the shoe?
maybe this tissue paper was
What do
like
you think?
part of confetti. Maybe it was like confetti.
Oh, you think? Okay.
Or like
Confetti and no strings.
It is in little strips, so they're thinking a little bit different. I
Well-
think I want you to go back to your first idea. Tissue paper.
for decoration.
Okay, so what kind of decoration could that have been?
Well, it's white, which is the color of a wedding dress.
There's a clue that you could use.
Or it could have been from, like,
What's this spell look like?
that looks kind of like a mirror. A mirror?
Well, but where would you find bells like that? What
Maybe
event?
In a
What
in a-
event would that
in a
bring to?
dress-up store.
Well, but what event? What kind of a party or what kind of a?
Maybe
I think you were on track.
it could have been like like what Joseph said, like a 4th of July party, and they could have threw these up.
When you go to a 4th of July party, close your eyes, visualize. When you're going to a 4th of July party, you see red, white, and blue, but what do you usually see at a 4th of July party?
Fireworks.
Fireworks, but what? Look at Mrs. Pappas's flag, or look at the flag here when you think of 4th of July.
Stars.
You see stars. Do you see bells?
No.
No.
Unless it's like a Liberty Bell party. The anniversary of the Liberty Bell or something.
Do you think that would have come up soon? And think about what do you wear to a 4th of July party?
Regular warm clothes.
Warm clothes or cool clothes?
Cool. It's in the middle of July.
So would you wear a shoe like this to a 4th of July party?
Oh, definitely not.
Okay, so
No,
go
it's
back.
Doing it at your house.
So go back to your thinking. You're on track. So I want you to start. I think it will help you if you go start putting your different things up where your evidence is and seeing it all together. Okay. Put it up on the anchor chart. Let's bring them over here and let's see how it flows. Okay, so we'll put your evidence on this side. This one's harder, guys. So,
Tissue papers are used for decoration. The event could have been a beach wedding.
okay. Maybe on the beach. That would be over here, the setting. Could have dropped on the floor. There's some evidence for you. It's someone about Mrs. Pappas's shoe side, a girl. That's right, someone who's a girl. Nice looking shoe, that's part of your evidence, nice. Which you're Mrs. Pappas. And,
Sand would go under evidence
What's the
for
word?
the event was.
oh, my daughter. Mrs. Pappas, or my daughter. Or her daughters, that's good. Sand is part of your evidence, being on the beach. So let's bring that down just a little bit. What's this one say? Material looks like it'd be clothing for a bride, maybe from a gift. So that would come under evidence. Maybe it was a garden party. Where's your evidence for that?
The evidence for the garden party. Sparkles, flowers, sand, sparkles. Sparkles, flowers, sand, sparkles.
Okay. And, oh, maybe from a dance. Okay. So the event was maybe a dance. Okay. So let's look at this. Do we have them all?
Few more.
Two more?
More sparkles.
More sparkles.
Prom pictures outside you thought was one of the events.
May have happened. Event may have been sparkles.
Alright?
A sparkle party.
Maybe boats and just married.
Oh, so you think that that's part of it.
Maybe a
Okay,
sparkle
inferring.
party.
Sparkle party. I
Wedding.
should really go
That's
sparkle
the event.
party. That'll be awesome.
Sure, we can read it.
Did any buy pumpkins?
All right, so let's look at this real quick, guys. When we look at this, you're saying someone who wears a size 8.5, someone about Mrs. Pappas's shoe size, bottom worn, toe marks, girl. If someone who's a girl, it's nice looking shoe. That's part of your evidence. You think it's either Mrs. Pappas, my daughter, or my granddaughter's, right?
With the daughter's daughter.
You think maybe they went to a party, could have walked on the beach after, so you're finding that could have walked on the beach after a party, and your evidence is sand.
Sand.
Material looks like it could be clothing from a bride, so you're inferring that it could be a wedding. Joseph inferred maybe it was a garden party because he found evidence of flowers. Sky inferred that maybe prom pictures outside, or maybe it was after a wedding and you walked on a beach. Looks like you believe that it was a beach wedding because there was sand and there was tissue paper for decorations. So, I'm going to tell you that Mrs. Pappas wore those shoes to 2 weddings. One was outdoors,
Yes.
and so I had picked up some flowers. And you are so right. I stepped on some glitter where they had some stuff, and I just needed a little bit more.
Glittery.
But I also was at a beach wedding down in Florida, and it was on the beach. And though they had things, I stepped off and got a little bit of sand on there. And they're worn on the bottom because Mrs. Pappas was dancing. You guys did an awesome, awesome job. Okay? I think we have enough time. Well, no, we don't. So let me finish up here. Let's do our conclusion. We were digging for understanding, and this is where the learning blooms. I have an exit ticket, as always, for inferring. Oh, it's only a quick one, I promise. You'll get a kick out of it. All right. Okay. So did you guys enjoy that? I thought you did awesome. All right, here's your exit ticket. I'm going to read it to you. Get ready. Billy licked his lips. Was the teacher going to call on him next? He hoped not. He didn't like to give book reports. He liked to read books, but he did not like to talk about the books. Billy, you're next, said the teacher. Billy stood up. His stomach felt funny. His hands felt sticky, and his mouth was very dry. It is likely that A, Billy cannot read very well, B, Billy does not read the right books this week, C, Billy gets nervous when he has to speak. Okay? Go ahead.
Done.
Put your name on top. Then as you're walking out the door, I'm going to have you self-assess how you feel you're doing in inferring. Are you still needing help? You're still working on it? Or you've got it and you can teach it? Put your stick where you need to go as you walk out the door. All right? Perfect. Every one of you got it right. Wow, nice job of going back into the text too. And it is time to go, my friends. So as you leave, pick up your self-assessment sticker. I know.
So I can go home and possibly take a nap. Not necessarily, but possibly.
Great. Tomorrow, you're going to teach the third graders this.
Uh-oh.
Yay!
All right. Thank you.